All right, ladies and gentlemen of the 118 scale, 3.75 inch, 4-inch modern action figure community, I'm back again with another video. And in this video, we're going to be discussing none other than Mr. Robert A. Levin, also known as Backstop. Backstop was born in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. And in his younger years, he joined Junior League Hockey. And apparently, he injured so many people, so many other players in hockey that his family had to relocate to the United States from all the angry parents who wanted to get after him for hurting their child. So while in the United States, they relocated to Detroit, Michigan. And in Detroit, Michigan, he also joined some very physical contact sports where he began to, he joined wrestling, where again, he was like the best and he hurt a lot of people. And he also joined, he was a Golden Gloves boxer, and I believe he also joined the Derby. But when all that wasn't working out for him, he got a little older, he joined the Army. And from the Army, he would join the G.I. Joe team. And while in G.I. Joe, his MOS, primary MOS, was armored vehicle driver, and his secondary MOS was mechanized infantry. Now, the action figure we know as Backstop was released in 1987, and if you're familiar with that line from back in that day, you would recognize him as the driver of the Persuader. And I'll put a picture of the Persuader and the original figure right here. After his release in 1987, there were no other variants of the figure up until 2017 G.I. Joe convention, and we'll talk a little bit more about that later. Backstop, however, does have a twin, and his twin was of the Sky Patrol line, and it was Static Line. Now, if you look at Static Line, and I'll put a picture of Static Line right here, he was a complete remake of the original Backstop figure, minus the head sculpt. That's the only thing that was different, but he was colored differently, but ultimately that's what you got right there. So in 2017, he was also released as he was released for the convention, the G.I. Joe convention, which was held in Orlando, Florida. So here, pause if you would like so you can read this. This is the original file card for the 2017 release of Backstop. Got some cool figure art here, and it details a little bit more of what I was discussing earlier about the origins of the character. So moving right along, let's get a look at some of his equipment, starting with his personalized figure stand. There's his name, Backstop, and we've seen these before. Hard plastic. Awesome. Next, he has his revolver. Pretty plain Jane. Nothing really crazy about that. Really cool. Next, he has a knife, which is molded in black and silver. I think it's black painted silver. Really cool. Nice little knuckle knife going on there. He also has a harness, parachute harness. Now, in the original 1987 figure, he was pretty much plain Jane. I think he had a gun, and that was it. A firearm, that was it. And also, the difference is he had a helmet. We'll talk about that a little bit. But this is what you're getting here for his harness. Pretty cool. I always like these harnesses. Next, he has a parachute. I've never undid this parachute. I just keep it rolled up like that. I'm not going to actually be outside throwing it around or anything. But in 2017, if you went to the the JoeCon, the action figure convention, you would have seen that they were throwing the backstop figure off of a roof down to awaiting fans and customers. And of course, he has his parachute harnessed up, and they throw him off of the roof. His parachute would open, he'd glide down into the hands of awaiting fans, which is pretty cool. I did not get to go to that. Wish I did. I would have liked to have seen that. But, moving right along. So let's get a look at backstop. So this is what you're getting here. He looks very similar to the character from 1987. They did a good job with keeping him original with modern parts. That's the back. Side, he has a little molded in sidearm. You cannot take that out. Now, the original backstop had a helmet that was removable. This one is not. It's molded in. Let's get a look at his face. Even his face looks good to where to what he looked like back in 1987. Awesome. But remember, the other figure from 1987, he was able to remove his helmet, and it revealed a head sculpt with black hair. So I actually had the original backstop in 1987. I think I got him around 1988. Was really cool. I really enjoyed playing with that figure. It was a lot of good times with him. So I think if I had to give this backstop a grade, I would give him a B+. And a B+ is for them keeping him original as best they could for a modern figure. Also, if his helmet was removable, I would have given him I would have given him at least an A, because that's even better. But we don't really need the helmet to come off for him to be a good figure. It's just the difference of the two characters, because the other one was able to take it off. This one you can't. So now it seems like this particular figure is like more geared towards a Sky Patrol type of figure. I think really cool. Can you imagine with his MOS being armored vehicle driver? Like if Sky Patrol's jumping out of their, is it AC-130s that they jump out of? I'm not sure. But they're all diving out of their aircraft, and they're releasing vehicles, armored vehicles to go along with them. Then he would be with them, and once they hit the ground, he'd have control of the armored vehicle for them all to ride in. That would be cool. So with that being said, I think I'm going to end this video right here. If you have any questions or comments, feel free, put them down below. I'll get to them at my earliest convenience. Thank you. Again, I appreciate you all watching these videos. Until my next one, peace.